Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to another episode of Life with Marianne and Joe. And today I'm going to begin my fall 2022 decorating series. Now I'm going to be working on a lot of different areas in the house, but believe it or not, I'm going to try to cut down a little bit on the amount of stuff I do. I know some of you that know me out there are laughing, and I'm laughing at myself as well, but I'm really going to try. For those of you who know me, you know, I've been complaining about a year or more about my shoulder, and I just found out that they really would prefer that I have a shoulder surgery because I have such bad arthritis in my right arm. So it's trying to limit me, but I'm fighting it every step of the way. So I'm going to, keep on doing and keep on going as much as I can. But like I said, I'm going to try to think more wisely about what I do for fall because the transition to Christmas is like right around the corner. And if you don't know me, I do a lot for Christmas, and I really need to get started really early. So, I put the fall up and then I wound up taking it down really early. But anyway, we are going to start on this wall unit. I don't know if you saw the video I put up on this. This was our television cabinet at one time. There was a big opening right here for the television to fit in, and I showed a video on how I updated this piece. I took the doors off on the side. There were doors here, and this was one piece up here, and then this was one large unit over here. So you can see what I did was I divided this piece in half. I made another area here, and then two more areas right in here. So and I had it in the library, and I actually moved it into here because I can do a lot of displaying for fall and for Christmas especially. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be working up along the top. Now, I've had various methods on how to secure things up there so they don't fall, and I'll get a little bit more into that as we go along with this piece. So let's get started up on the top, and I'll show you what I'm going to do first. So just stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so how are we going to start? Well, I'm going to start by using garland, and yeah, this is Christmas garland, but I like to use this as a base because what will happen is I can get this up there, and then I can use this as, where I can put picks and all of that other kind of stuff. So you will not see it. So I purposely use this Walmart garland right here. It's really, really thin and kind of skimpy looking so that you won't see it. Now, it is also going to help me because when I take the fall stuff down, this will be there already, and then all I have to do is add a thicker garland to this in order to beef it up for Christmas. So I'm getting a jump start on Christmas while I'm doing my fall. So how did I do it? How am I going to put this up there? What I did this time is I used to use command strips, and guess what? They fall down and they're not good. And then sometimes I even use bricks up there, and then I use floral wire, and I hold the garland with the floral wire. But what I did was I just took really tiny 1-inch nails. They're dark brown 1-inch nails, very, very small. And what I did was I just put them around the top up there that I'm going to use as my anchor for this garland up there. So let me start putting this up there now. Okay, so as you can see, I have the garland up there, and it's barely visible because remember I told you we really don't want to see the garland for the fall. It's more there to hold the lights that I'm going to put in there and to hold some of the picks that I'm going to put in there. And then like I said, for Christmas, all I have to do is add to this and flop it down here, and it'll be nice and full. So next thing I'm going to do is I want to try, I'm not sure if it's going to work. I have two like apple baskets or tomato baskets, and I want to angle one on each side up there to see how that's going to look, because I like to do on the tops of things for holidays, I like to go a little bit over the top. So let's see how that works out. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. It's a, actually used to get tomatoes in here, but it's an apple picking basket. And you can see I put one up there already, and I have it angled up because I want it to look like, it's gonna look like pumpkins are spilling out of it. So I just have to do that other side. So hold on while I do that. Okay, so what do you think of that so far? I'm gonna, before I fill it though, I have to prepare it for the pumpkins. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit more garland in there, because then what I'll do is I can run the lights on the garland as well as in those buckets right there, just so that it highlights that area a little bit more. All right, so what I did was, you can see I took a piece of garland and I wrapped it up in there, and I made a cascade out so that it looked like things are spilling out of this. And I left this hole in here so that I can put some styrofoam in there, and I can build like a little pumpkin topiary in there, so it looks like it's filled with pumpkins and it tipped over and it's all coming out. Next, I'm going to use amber lights. I'm not using orange. I'm going to use amber. Okay, see these, nice and subtle, not bright, and I think it'll look really good there. All right, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do 100 lights on this section, and then 100 lights on this section, and 100 lights on that section. So 300 lights. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. And you know how those mini lights are. They'll just be in the background, and it'll just be the right ambiance that we're looking for. Okay, so there you go. I shut the lights off so you can see it a little bit better. See, they're very, very subtle. And I just did, like I said, I did 100 here. And I counted them out, so I did 25, 25, and then 50 in the basket, and then I did 100 here. And once again, as a prequel to Christmas, so you get even coverage. Since I had 100 to work with, and I'm circling from the back across and then back, I counted to 50, and I hung number 50 right here. 50 and 51, and then I worked this way, and then I worked that way. And then the same thing here again. I knew I wanted 50 in the basket, so I did 25 across the front, 25 down the other end, 25 from this end of the wire. And I went all the way to the end of the wire and did 25 on that side. And then I had the 50 left over in the middle, and I put it into the basket. Excuse me. The next step is to start layering pumpkins to make them look like they're falling out of the basket. And I tried this out first, and I'll try to recreate it for you on the other side so you can see how I did that. Okay, I have the camera on like very precarious situation there, so hopefully it doesn't fall over. All right, so I'm going to start with this one, and I want it about here. So actually what I'm going to do is, I know I'm going to make a hole in this, but I do have little holes in it. You barely can see them. I'm going to use the garland itself to secure this in place because I don't want it moving around or falling. And so I want it right about in this situation. Now, I'm not making it exactly the same as the other side. I'm doing it generally the same. So they'll basically be in the same position, but they will not be in the exact same position. Okay, so we start with that one right there. Next, I'm going to put this white one in, and this was one of those orange pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and I painted it like this creamy white, and I used a branch from the yard, and I just hot glued it right in there so it didn't look so crazy. All right, so I'm going to put this one kind of like that. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to stick a toothpick in here like that. And then I'm going to stick the toothpick in the other end of the pumpkin over there. Like that. And I'm also going to secure it with one of the pieces of garland in it. And it doesn't want to stick together, but that's par for the course. Okay, so just be patient. I think it goes to show that things don't go as easy as people think they do. Okay, so I got those two in there like that. Next one is going to be I have to go out in the yard because I painted it and it's still out there. So next, again, one of those Dollar Tree pumpkins, and I painted this kind of like a more burnt kind of a color. Again, same deal with the, whatchamacallit, the branch, okay? And I'm going to stick a toothpick in it like that, and then I'm going to stick it in this one up here, like so, okay? See that? And then next, I painted another one, a little bit less white than that one, a little bit more beigey. And I just, mixed up a little bit brown with this beige kind of a color to do these stripes in here. And that is going to go, let's see, about there. Okay, now I'm going to get a toothpick because I want to hold that in place with the other one. I don't want, there's a lot of walking around in this room and I don't want the vibration to knock this over and see like that. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I have to pause the video because look what happened. I have to put this back on. Okay, so I fixed it. And so this one, I want kind of like that. So let's see if this trick keeps working, because sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what the, All right, so it looks like I'm going to have to use some floral wire on the side just to secure that a little bit better. So let me go get that. Okay, so this is the floral wire I use, which is right here. And it's 190 feet, 58 meters long. And it is the 22 gauge. When the pandemic first began, there was none of these, I guess because of supply issues. I think they've been there lately, but we bought a bunch of them last year just in case. So, I use these along with those zip ties, which I think are really good as well. I do use those. We get them in the dollar store. But this is like a lifesaver when it comes to this kind of, decorating, because it can be easily used and hidden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this onto one of the branches like this, and then I'm going to stick both ends into the pumpkin so that it holds it in place. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to use this piece, which you cannot see. Now I'm going to come from behind, which I think is a better idea. So I'm back here right now, and I am twist tying onto one of the garland branches, okay? And then I'm gonna like flip it over and make a little like a U to hold it in place so it doesn't slip off. Next thing I'm doing is I'm taking both sides like I just told you, and I am putting it into the pumpkin, and I am holding it into its place. So there you go. It is held into place now, and it should be safe that it's not going to come tumbling down. Next, is this guy right here, okay? And I think what I'm going to do is I want him here. Can you see that? Like this, right here, I think. And I'm going to use one of the branches again to pierce him in place. Now, I know a lot of you don't like to do that, you know, but, you know, the way I layer everything is you're really not going to see it. And for some reason, I cannot get that piece of garland in here. So let's try this instead. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to put my wire in like this. Okay, no, I can't move the camera because it is going to fall over. I don't want that to happen. Okay, so you see I have this in there, and I'm going to make sure I have enough in there that it's secure. And then I found my branch that I want, and I am twisting it onto the branch like this, and then I'm going to flip the branch like a clip, and hold on to that pumpkin. So there you go. There are the pumpkins, like they're spilling out of that. So of course, you know, hold on. Here I am, sorry. So I'm gonna do a lot of layering. I think the next thing I wanna do here, before I start smothering it with leaves and stuff, I think I'm gonna add pine cones in here. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit more. So I have to go up in the attic and get some pine cones. Okay, so this is the first one I'm going to put in here. You know, last year or the year before, I don't remember, somebody wrote to me and told me not to use pine cones in my fall decor because they were for the winter. But I guess they don't live in the Northeast because pine cones are falling already now. So this is when they fall because they have to open so that the seeds can fly and get planted before the winter comes. So just an FYI, pine cones are in the fall. All right, so what I did was I wrapped the wire around the pine cone, and now I'm making a little bit of a wire that I can wire it in. And I think I would like this one right here because it's absolutely beautiful. I love this one. So the pine cones I actually start using from now, and I'll use them through Christmas and then also into the winter, and then they get put away when spring comes. All right, so there's one right there, and I'm just gonna layer in a few more. These are great, these long skinny ones. I get these up in, we don't have them right here, and down the shore they don't have this kind either. They have more of the flat one. This long one I get outside my friend's house. There's some trees on his block and they're all over the place. So again, see what I did? I put the little bit of a hook on it like this, and then I can tie it in. So let me do that. I don't want to bore you with all that. Okay, so I made this for the lantern. So I have, keeps wanting to turn. I have to fix it when I'm up there. I'm gonna attach this to the top of the lantern that's up there. You can say I added a couple of different elements. I added these gourds up here, some green leaves, some of the fall leaves, obviously these kumquats right here, pine cones, a sunflower, and I used the beige ribbon, the plaid ribbon, and this beautiful ribbon that we just got from Costco. So I'm gonna put this up on top of the lantern. Okay, so the video was getting way too long, so I went ahead and finished it, and I'll give you a look at it right now. It's a lot. I can't help myself. I don't know what I do, but it's a lot. I hope you like it. Let me know, Bo. And please subscribe. I desperately need more subscribers, and a thumbs up would greatly help me, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I hope you do enjoy what I did. Thank you.